Hello everybody, this is Luke back here with another video. With this video today I want to talk about my gallbladder. Got my gallbladder removed, I think it was last year. Was it the last year or the year before last year? Or the end of the year before last year? Um, I got my gallbladder removed, which was something that I regret now. Uh, Getting my gallbladder removed, but then again, I think that it was building up and it wasn't working right, and it could have led to some more very, very bad problems in the future. So it was weird. My gallbladder started going bad on me. I got a weird nausea feeling in my stomach. Um, Actually, my whole body. I just got this weird nausea feeling, and it was like the first incident when the first time it happened. It was like real quick. It was just like I want to say it was probably like 15-20 minutes, and then it went away. So then I was like back normal. So the first time it was very quick, but it was weird because the night before that happened, I ended up eating late that night, and basically what I did was I got me some chicken spice chicken spicy patties with some French fries, and I ate late that night, like 12 o'clock. And then I ate, and then I went to sleep. Well, about 3 o'clock in the morning, my body bolted me up and jumped me out of my bed, and I could barely breathe. I was out of breath for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, probably like 5 minutes. It it was pretty horrible. When your body jolts you and pushes you up and actually wakes you up out of bed because you're not breathing, and so I thought that was weird. And after the next couple of days, I didn't have that problem. I just stopped eating real late at night, and I didn't know what that was either. But then I had that first incident with my gallbladder. The nausea, bad nausea feeling coming over me for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then it went away. A couple weeks went by, a little while went by, didn't have any problems. And then Thanksgiving came around, and I had a big old Thanksgiving meal. I did fine. I did fine that day. Everything was fine. Got up the next day and instantly felt like something was wrong. I felt like I was very nauseated, very like sick feeling for no reason at all. And this one happened longer. This one lasted. It seemed like each little incident that happened with my gallbladder of these symptoms that I got, it got worse and worse and worse as time went on. And and sure enough, it was like an hour long, or like maybe an hour and 15 minutes long. I went and I got Pepto Bismol. I got anything I could for my stomach because my stomach was all messed up. I was nauseated. I mean, when you your gallbladder is going bad on you, there's really, I mean, it had me balled up on my bed. I couldn't do nothing. I was so sick, ill and sick. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to, it was just like your life is basically, I don't want to say ruined, but it's like the nausea feeling and the sickness feeling that comes over you, it's like disables you almost in a way. And so I got the Pepto Bismol and I got some Tylenol, took it, and it just didn't go away. And then eventually it went away. So I said, okay, something's not right, something's wrong. And the next couple weeks went by, I didn't have any problems. Well, next couple weeks went by, and I got up that next day, and I was basically sick. Bad nausea, bad everything. I mean, just bad, sick feeling, bad nausea. Was balled up on my bed for pretty much the whole day. And then I noticed that it wasn't going away. So then I said, well, the whole day I ended up falling asleep, and I woke up the next day and I was still sick. I was still nauseated, still feeling bad. And, I said, no, I got to go to the hospital. So I ended up going to the hospital. The whole day I was feeling nausea and sick. I was in the hospital. I got there later on that day because halfway through the day I said, no, I got to hit up the hospital. So I hit up the hospital. I got some scans done. So they did some scans on me. They gave me some nausea medicine, some pain medicine. I think they gave me like fentanyl. They gave me a couple things. So they scanned. They did a couple scans on me, and the doctor told me that night, or the lady told me that, or whoever the nurse or lady was, she said they want to do one more test on you in the morning. So in the morning they were going to do another test on me, to see about my gallbladder, because they did all these tests and they said, well, everything came back all right, but something's not right because you're having these symptoms. Got up the next day. They had me stay overnight. The doctor came in and looked at me and said, well, unfortunately, your gallbladder is pretty bad. And I said, what? He said, yeah, your gallbladder is pretty bad. It's really infected. It's really bad. He said, well, we're probably going to have to get it removed. I said, oh, great. Great. So, he was saying, well, here in a couple hours, we'll get you ready for surgery. And I was thinking to myself, ready for surgery? Already? Already that quick, they were already trying to get me in for surgery. And so sure enough, in a couple hours, they're taking me down to the whatever area where, you get your gallbladder removed. Well, I get my gallbladder removed, and instantly that nausea feeling that I had, the bad sickness, the bad nausea of just debility, just had me like disabled me. So sure enough, that feeling was gone. And since then, I haven't had that real bad nausea feeling. And I've had it a couple little times, like a little bit here and there, but not it's because I don't have my gallbladder no more. But I'm glad I got it removed. But then I'm kind of not glad that I got it removed, because that's like a living organ in your body. That was meant to be in your body. The doctors didn't do a good job of telling me, hey, listen, you might need to take Oxbio. You might need to, you're gonna have to switch your diet. You're gonna no longer be eating these fast food restaurants, or fatty foods, greasy foods. Your body is not gonna react. It's not gonna have a good reaction to certain foods that you put in your body. So sure enough, I was sitting, sure enough, it's like, well, then they gave me a list. They had a paper with a list of the foods and stuff that I could eat. Fruits, vegetables, grains, low-fat fish, low-fat meat, they said, like 30%. I'm supposed to be like 30%, of fat that I can eat. I think that's bull crap. My body does not do good with fats at all. I have problems with fats. I have problems with cooked food. I eat cooked food, I gain weight. Okay, I eat cooked food, and the scale goes up the next day. And people are like, "Oh, well, maybe that's water weight." That's not water weight because I keep on. If I keep doing that, I keep eating cooked food, and it doesn't matter how many cooked foods I eat through the day. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three. The next day, the scale goes up for me. And really, I was having problems with this way before even my gallbladder was removed. So something was going on even before I got my gallbladder uh, taken out. But these doctors, they did do a good job of saying like, "Hey, man, your life is it's going to be a good little change in your life, right? Like you're gonna need to take like they didn't tell me like there's like a special fiber that you can get at Walmart that you could take that bulkens up your stool so that you don't crap on yourself, especially in the beginning. When if anybody out there, you just got your gallbladder removed, um, go and buy you. There's what's it called? There's a special fiber that you can get. Basically, eat a lot of fiber, eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, eat a lot of stuff, fibrous stuff that will bulk up your stool because you could have problems. You could go, you crap on yourself, and it's the truth. Anybody who's lost your gallbladder, you know what I'm talking about. So, so eat a lot of fibrous foods. Eat a lot of foods with that have a lot of fiber in them, so they can bulk up your stool. You know, and certain foods just don't work for you. Won't work for you now. You have to eat fruits and vegetables and grains, a lot of stuff that has a lot of fiber in it. Eat a lot of salads, you know, and cut back on eating that other stuff, you know, the animal products, the processed foods. I'm not telling you to cut them out completely, but you're going to have to, watch what you eat. Certain foods are not going to work right for you now. I think it'd be a good idea to have like a enzyme, take an enzyme with your meals, and you might need to add some ox bile because your body, once you remove that gallbladder, you don't have that bile that you build up in the gallbladder to spray out in your digestive tract or whatever that goes down into your digestive tract that helps you break down the fats from your foods that you're eating. So you don't have that no more. So you got to be on a very low fat diet. You should be on a low fat diet, and if you do eat some fats and you're getting them, because we gotta have some fats in our diet. But if when you do, it would be a good idea to take like a 500 milligram of ox bile. You could get off Amazon or talk to your doctor about it and say, hey, give me a digestive enzyme to help me break down the food because once you get your gallbladder removed or your gallbladder stops working on you, your digestion is going to be horrible. Yeah, your digestion is going to be horrible. So you need to get, and it all depends on the person too. I mean, because everybody's different. But like for me, I mean, if I have a heavy fatty food meal, I'll take me some ox bile, or I'll take an enzyme, a digestive enzyme to help me break down the food. But mostly, what I eat is just fruits and vegetables and grains. Um, and I've been on my journey now to get this weight off me. And I've been like slowly losing. I lost about 4.5 pounds last week, on this diet that I'm on. Um, so if you're in the hospital and your gallbladder's going bad and they tell you, oh hey, your gallbladder's going bad, ask them questions like, well, what are the consequences of me losing my gallbladder? you know, is it, what are the big changes that I'm gonna have to make in my life because I don't have my gallbladder? Ask these questions. See what they say. If see if there's a way that you can, because sometimes when your gallbladder goes bad on you, it's just a gallstone is clogging up in the area of where it leaks out the gallbladder juice and goes down to your digestive system. So maybe they could give you something where you wouldn't need to remove your gallbladder. You could just maybe try to get the stones or pass it out, whatever way you can before you get it removed. Because once you get it removed, that's it. There's no more of putting it back, and you're not gonna have it no more. It's not gonna be in your body no more. And if you're a male, you're at 30% more chance of getting cancer. Okay, so remove the B and put a C. The evil C. Everybody's getting type 2 diabetic, obese, and they're getting cancer. You know what I'm talking about? Cancer. Just put a C in front of cancer. So, yeah, so that's my story that I wanted to put up here up on YouTube about my gallbladder and some of the things that I go through not having a gallbladder. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks not having a gallbladder. So it's a big shift in what you eat in your life, and once you get your gallbladder removed, you're going to be going to the bathroom a lot. If you're only going like maybe once a day, you're going to be going like probably 2 or 3 times a day now. And depending on your body and how you are, you're going to need to eat a lot of fiber in your diet so that you bulk up your food. Because if you don't, you could be going to the bathroom. Anytime you eat something, you'll be going to the bathroom, and it's quick. It's quick. You'll be like, you'll eat something, and 5-10 minutes later, you'll be like, oh shit, and you'll be heading for the toilet. So definitely keep track of your health, of what you eat, the food you eat. Even if even if you're seeing this video and you have your gallbladder, be very careful on what you're eating, what you're putting in your body. Also, I would say this to everybody out there too: is when you hit in your 30s, say 35 and up, get yourself checked out. Get yourself checked out. Am I gaining weight? How, my health. Get some blood work done. Get yourself checked out to make sure that you're healthy. Yeah, that you're healthy. Because my gallbladder was basically diseased and all messed up. And if I would have kept it in there, and then it could have infected and got in my blood, and it would have been a really, really bad thing for me. But that was my fault because I didn't eat right. I didn't eat healthy. I did a lot of bad stuff that I'm not going about. But I did, not healthy way of living. And when I hit my 40s, my first little hiccup, I got my gallbladder removed. So always, definitely keep an eye on your health for everybody out there. So, anyways, you guys, that's my story about my gallbladder. It sucks. But maybe it was for the best that I got it removed because, it could have got worse. It started progressing and getting worse and worse. I mean, it had me balled up on my bed all day. it's almost like it disables you because you're so sick. You know, you feel so sick and nauseated that, you know, you don't want to do anything. You know, it's bad. It's pretty bad. So anyways, you guys, that's the video. Take care of your health, your family, and hope you guys have a good one. I will catch you guys in the next video.